Hello and welcome. Today, we're confronting a critical issue: the accelerated melt of our planet's glaciers due to a warming climate. The long-term picture shows continued ice loss with massive global impacts, and much of this retreat is irreversible, even if we severely limit global warming. Let's look at the numbers. Globally, between the year 2000 and 2023, the world's glaciers lost around 6,542 billion tons of ice. That's an average of 273 billion tons vanishing annually. This rate is accelerating. 5 of the last 6 years have seen the most rapid glacier retreat ever recorded. In fact, the period from 2022 to 2024 marks the largest 3-year loss of glacier mass we've ever documented. Some regions are hit harder than others. Glaciers in Central Europe, for instance, lost nearly 40% of their ice between 2000 and 2023. In Switzerland, glaciers saw a staggering 10% reduction in their remaining ice in just 2 years, from 2022 to 2023. Even high-altitude glaciers, like those in the Himalayas, which were previously less affected, are now showing significant ice loss. What does the future hold? Projections indicate this trend will continue, and likely worsen. Even if we manage to limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, glaciers are still projected to lose an additional 35% of their mass. If temperatures temporarily overshoot this 1.5-degree limit by up to 3 degrees before stabilizing, glaciers could lose up to 16% more mass by the year 2200 and an extra 11% by 2500. The State of the Cryosphere 2023 report is stark. 2 degrees Celsius of global warming will trigger irreversible damage to all of Earth's frozen parts, including our mountain glaciers. Under high-emission scenarios, we could see total or near-total glacier loss in mid- and low latitudes by 2100. That includes up to 80% glacier loss in the Hindu Kush Himalaya region. Many glaciers in Western Canada, the USA, Scandinavia, Central Europe, the Caucasus, New Zealand, and the tropics simply aren't expected to survive this century. The consequences are far-reaching. A primary impact is global sea level rise. Glacier melt is currently the second largest contributor, after the thermal expansion of oceans. The ice lost just between 2000 and 2023 contributed 18 millimeters to global sea level rise. The Antarctic ice sheet alone holds the potential to raise sea levels by up to 58 meters if it melts entirely. Even under lower emission pathways, Antarctica could contribute up to 6 meters of sea level equivalent over millennia. Beyond sea levels, glacier decline severely impacts water resources. Mountain glaciers are vital water towers, storing and releasing fresh water that sustains hundreds of millions of people, especially during dry seasons. As glaciers shrink, runoff patterns change. Initially, melt might increase, but then comes trough water, a significant decrease in meltwater feeding rivers, impacting agriculture, hydropower, and drinking water. This is a major concern for regions like Central Asia and the Central Andes. Retreating glaciers also increase risks like landslides, glacial lake outburst floods, known as GLOFs, and ice avalanches. An estimated 15 million people worldwide are currently at risk from GLOFs. What about recovery? It's a bleak outlook. Even if global temperatures were reversed to pre-industrial levels, new research shows glaciers would need centuries, if not millennia, to recover. For smaller glaciers, like those in the Alps or the tropical Andes, recovery might be possible by 2500 if warming is drastically curtailed. But for larger polar glaciers, the recovery timeframe from a significant temperature overshoot would be much longer. This means we're already locked into long-term ice loss due to past and current emissions. The widespread and accelerating melt of glaciers is an undeniable indicator of ongoing climate change, directly linked to increased atmospheric greenhouse gas concentrations. Recognizing this crisis, the United Nations has designated 2025 as the International Year of Glaciers Preservation to raise awareness and stress the urgent need for action. Thank you for listening.